All right, ladies and gentlemen in the internet world, we have a special one for you today. This is a rare bird. Not only is it a 24, not only is it a two-door, it is also a 24 Rubicon two-door manual. How rare is that? This is the first one manual two-door I think we've even seen at Epic the entire time we've been doing JLs. So let's get into what this customer wanted done. So with this, we did our normal suspension. We've got a two-door specific gas 3.5-inch lift kit with all the bells and whistles to start with. We've got the drop brackets, track bar brackets, all that normal stuff. And then he went with the Falcon 3.3 adjustable shock option, which in my opinion is the best place to put your money in your suspension, is a really good set of shocks. Because this didn't come with steel bumpers. It's one of those Rubicons that didn't come with it. We got metal cloak bumpers, front and rear. The nice thing about this front bumper is modular. You get to choose all the bells and whistles you want on it. He chose to not have any type of hoop. He chose to have fog lights, but not be super wide. It holds the winch nicely, comes with its own fair lead. We added the Factor 55 Flat Link E and the foldable license plate. Put a Warn winch in there, even one that's a little stronger than what he needs. We've got a Warn VR Evo 10S, because most of his friends are probably gonna be fatter four doors. And if he ever gets in any hassle with the 5.0, he can buy different end caps that come out farther. It's like it was made for skating by in Canada. Obviously on here we have the Mickey Thompson Baja Boss ATs. Not only have they been a very popular tire up here because of the snowflake rating and how well they are in wet roads and pavement and everything, they're one of the few tires that actually seems to always have inventory lately in the last year or so. We've got a 37-inch 12.5 17, which is massive on a two-door. It's like having 40s on a four-door. And we've got one of the new black Rhino wheels. And this black Rhino wheel is a little different than normal ones. Notice how it doesn't stick out super far, but it also has a bash ring that's removable and replaceable. So we'll see how well this works. A lot of different companies have tried this idea in the past. This is the first time Black Rhino's been doing it. So I know you're looking here, you're seeing, oh no, it's got the Rubicon sliders. Don't worry, we had sliders ordered for this to handle abuse, but even the company that we ordered the sliders from were shocked we had a two-door, so they sent us four-door because they thought we made a mistake. So it will be getting sliders. They show up next week. Now, if you come around to the back, here we have the metal cloak rear bumper, which is a very nice, utilitarian, simple bumper. You get the middle section and you choose the end cap. We went with the body width end caps for more clearance, but if you ever gets hassled about the width of the bumper, you can get the end caps that'll go to the edge of the fender flares, which is great on metal cloak that they came out with that. Also, we have the spare, and since it's a 37, we had to do a little bit more beefing up here. So we put the Teraflex heavy-duty cast aluminum hinge. Teraflex is the one that pioneered the hinge replacements back in the JK days. Moving the third brake light up here, the camera, everything just works. Nicely opens and closes so you can get your groceries like you normally do. And then we had to relocate the license plate light because obviously the factory bumper has it in it. But this one has a neat little feature that we didn't even know it had, that you can pull this pin if you're going rock crawling and pivot and lock down your license plate out of the way. Now, that would work great in the rocks, but we're in the trees, so there's a chance that might catch things. But it's still a neat idea, and glad someone's thinking outside the box. And obviously, if he's gonna go off-roading, you need to air down. If you need to air down, you're gonna have to air back up. We solved that dilemma. We installed Epic's Kraken inflation system, of course. Probably one of the best air inflation systems on the market, utilizing the best twin compressor, ARB dual twin compressor, underneath the seat, which is a useless location for anything else, so we might as well use it for something useful. So we've got our Kraken. It goes here, comes with the hoses. Air up all four tires at once while your friends are there bending over. You're out of here in like 7.5 minutes. All right, here we go. This type of a Jeep brings back memories. When I think of a Jeep, I usually go back to two-door stick shift base model. That was basically what my first 4 Jeeps were two-door stick shift Jeeps. They were fun to drive. They were just a blast off-road. They didn't cost a lot back then. But all in all, the reason I got into Jeeps was for a two-door stick shift. I used to live in Ontario, or as people in BC call it, Onterrible. And the reason I bought a Jeep is because I couldn't get a motorcycle, and I wanted something I could drive around with the top and doors off. There wasn't really any off-roading that was worth my time in Ontario, so I would drive all year round except for the winter months with no roof and doors. And when I mean all the time, I have driven through many thunderstorms and had many of strange looks from other drivers as I sit at the light getting just pelted with rain or hail and everything else that comes with that bad weather. Nice thing though, in Ontario, when it rains and it's summer, it's warm. It's warm rain, humidity really helps, but there's something about driving a two-door and the simplicity of a stick shift feels very rudimentary, like old school, like an old military vehicle, and having your foot hang out the door. One of mine, I didn't even bother using the clutch most of the time. I just knew where to put the gears without using the clutch, so my foot was usually out the door. And yeah, it was always super fun to drive. Like, it's nostalgic. Kind of part of me wishes I could get this. I just kind of wish there was more engine choices you could get with the stick shift, but it's only the 3.6 liter non-e-torque version. This would be really fun in an eco diesel. It'd be literally like having a tractor, and I'm all for it. Or the 2-liter turbo, that'd actually be pretty fun. And then we could always dream and have a 392 in front of one of these. That would be a whole nother, we'd lose a lot of tires. Probably spin ourselves around on the highway a bit. But all in all, it just shifts so nicely. Yes, the clutch is different than any other vehicle I've ever driven now. It feels like it's got no fluid in it. There's a detent you can feel, but it is so light. I hear there's kits now on the market to add a return spring to it, so at least gives pressure for you. But unfortunately, I've never had to really look into that because I've never owned one of the newer ones with a stick. For the record, it still exists. You can still buy two doors in 2024. You can still get a manual transmission in 24 and a solid axle in a vehicle. This is probably the last of that. Like, I would be surprised if it still existed when they finally change to a JM or whatever they call these things next. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, also, do not forget, put this on your Tinder profile. This will pretty much, you don't have to write anything, because by putting this on your Tinder profile, you're already telling somebody you're single, you're ready to party, you don't have kids or responsibility. You just want to have fun and have a good time. So people are going to be swiping right on you on this alone. You might as well just make this your profile picture. You can't get catfished. It shows up a Jeep just like it's on the picture, and we all like to party. So that's what we got going so far. Obviously, there'll be mods in the future because nobody ever stops modifying their Jeeps. They start somewhere and they end another place. This will probably get a re-gear next and end up with a bunch of other options. But for now, this is a great start for him to go out and have even more fun than he was already having with it in stock form. All in all, the two-door's not dead. Jeep's still coming manual. Go have fun. Get out. Enjoy.